I'm looking to start P4P at my roofing company
Okay.
in Australia, and I was wondering, you've obviously got Augusta one over here,
Mhm.
and how did you go about setting up, and who did you speak to for like
Yes.
the Australian laws and stuff? Because obviously it'd be different to the US.
Yeah, so the big difference with Australia when it comes to pay for performance is you guys have a very, very high base pay that is required by the government. And so, but you also have a
Yep,
very high uh, per hour labor rate that you can charge. Like you over there charge like $100 to
yep,
$200 per man hour, but you also, your base pay
yep,
is sometimes $25, $30 per hour. And so, as long as,
yep,
in my opinion, as long as you're charging the customer at least 4 times more than what you're charging on, you're paying your employees on base pay, P4P will work. And really, for something like roofing, it just
yep,
comes down to the matter of A, can you do a job in budget hours or at least break the job down into labor revenue? Because ultimately they get a percentage of the labor revenue. And so, what of that seems complicated, or do you have a question on that specifically?
no, so I was going to do meter rate on like on the labor. So I've got the labor price for the meter per meter
Mhm,
to give to the boys for the P4P. So
mhm.
I was running like the law side of it and tax. Is it different to the American? Because also we're in Australia, and who did you speak to find out then kind of questions?
Yeah, so I give the answer the same as I would in the US, and that is essentially talk to your labor department. And so we have not seen this be an issue in the Australian market or the European markets that are using it in terms of legally. But because I'm not in your country every single day, I just say go talk to your labor department and say, hey, here's my compensation plan. I am guaranteeing they pay this much per hour, and if they work really hard and they do a really good job, I'm going to give them bonuses. And is that legal? Right? That's basically what you're doing. Just make sure you don't pitch it to employees, like applicants, as like you're making all this money. Like you got to say, this is your base pay. This is what I'm guaranteeing you. And based upon performance, you can make more money as bonuses on top of that. That's how you want to pitch it. And so talk to your local labor department. But in Australia, you charge a lot more per hour. You also have to pay more per hour. And the bottom line, if you're using like per meter pricing for roofing, you're simply going to say, okay, if I'm charging, let's just call it $200 per square meter, great. I'm giving 1/3 of that now to my team members, which means I'm going to be giving $66 in P4P wages to my team for every cubic or every square meter. Now, all of a sudden, 10 meters, $660 in wages is going to be dispersed. And again, you can use the software, p4psoftware.com. Go there and go to the training tab, and it'll literally show you how to do this without the software. The software just saves you a little bit of time to make sure that the projects are calculated correctly on a daily basis, etc.